to Bad Larry.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Amazing Spider-Man 2025 edition. I'm your host, Bad Larry, and today's episode will cover issue number 5 by Joe Kelly and Pepe Larraz. I was getting a bit nervous as issues number 3 and 4's cover were mid at best, but this issue is what I'm talking about. Full action, Spider-Man looks awesome, and I do like it sometimes when the characters are crashing through the lettering, as long as it's not overused. So I'm going to give this cover an A. Spider-Man is racing to get to Rand Enterprises before Hobgoblin, but as you can see, Spider-Man's running behind like he do. Peter Parker's childhood friend and current co-worker has just created the antidote to Hobgoblin's little soda poison, and Hobgoblin plans to kill him before he can release that info to the world. Brian is clutching his laptop like an old lady clutches her purse when she sees a black guy across the street. The only device holding the antidote data. And Hobgoblin plans to take it and kill Brian in the process. I like his joke about pickleball, though. To be fair, pickleball is a bit annoying, this craze, but that's just me. Why isn't Brian and Mayra running? I see a goblin man with a fire sword and huge bat wings. I'm just running. Run, people! Brian quickly gives the laptop to Hobgoblin, and in doing so, he may have possibly saved 200 people by just giving Hobgoblin what he wanted. But it looks like it's curtains for old Brian and Mayra, though. Psych! Spider-Man may be late, but he's right on time. I really enjoy Pepe Larraz's depiction of Spider-Man. He is lean, athletic. He really looks like a dude in a costume. Plus, the action and the angles. It's really immersive. Spider-Man has saved Brian and Mayra for the time being, and now that he is finally detoxed from the Hobgoblin poison, he can go full on against Hobgoblin. Spider-Man is ducking and a dodging, but gets hit with the old electric hand. And now Spider-Man is doing his best Scorpion impression. That's gonna leave a mark. But just like in chess, sometimes you sacrifice a piece to gain a tactical advantage. And that is exactly what the big brain Spider-Man did. Set Hobby up in a little web trap. How you like me now? Not only is Spider-Man turning the tables on Hobgoblin, he has deduced his grand scheme. Hobgoblin created the poison soda with the antidote cure already waiting to release to the public as well. The age-old make 'em sick and then sell 'em the cure scam. Hobgoblin gets himself free and decides to make a break for it. Spider-Man is impressed. Usually Hobgoblin isn't one to manage his emotions and will keep on fighting out of anger, which is what Spider-Man was counting on. But even the bad guys sometimes learn a thing or two over the years. Otherwise, they become stale, typecast, boring characters. Brian and Mayra are running around like chickens trying to get everyone out of the building while also saving the data. Gotta save the data! But Hobgoblin didn't really run away. He just changed his target from Spider-Man back to these two idiots. Even though Hobgoblin literally called Spider-Man a poor, perfect idiot, he's the actual idiot. What you thought Spider-Man was just gonna give up coming after you? No, and you got a spider kick to the face for it. I love the realism in the action. Brian says, fuck yes, and runs. True, my guy. Run for it, man. F that girl boss. She's a girl boss. Plus, Spider-Man can save her. Save yourself. The flashbacks. I don't know. Does it help this story? Maybe. It shows Peter has a history of showing up late, but is willing to take on 3 bigger dudes. No, did he? In order to help his friend. And this is without powers. So it is showing Peter was always courageous. So yeah, I guess the flashbacks help some with character development. The rear naked choke is right on point. Pepe does a great job with the human anatomy. Drawing this is very hard, trying to make every limb look just right as well as showing the strain of each fighter. Well done, Pepe. But Spider-Man is gassing out, allowing Hobgoblin to talk more crap. The Spidey senses are kicking in. What's about to happen? damn glider is what's about to happen. My favorite costume is the black suit Spider-Man, but I will say with this modern technology and the lighting and the coloring, this version right here of the red and blue suit is really awesome. I really love it. Spider-Man saves Girlboss just in the nick of time, and as the dust is just beginning to clear, old boy Brian pops in with a gnarly looking mushroom in his hand. You know, Brian is a bit of a mysophile. Look it up. But Brian's got that nerdy noodle arm, though, and the throw is less than impressive. Luckily, Spider-Man knew what Brian's goal was and kicks that gnarly mushroom right into the face of Hobgoblin, releasing the spores right into his ugly mug. Teamwork makes the dream work. Hobgoblin's getting a dose of that instant karma right here. That gnarly green mushroom is one hell of a drug. Girlboss questioning Brian if they have you got a license for that gnarly mushroom, Brian? This is fucking annoying. How about thank you, Brian, for saving my life or something like that? Effing Girlboss. Ugh. Hobgoblin's little freakout, though, is allowing Spider-Man to just tee off on his ugly face. But now Spidey is really for real gassed out, which allows Hobgoblin to escape, and Brian gets himself a nice little selfie with the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Hey, that's accurate nowadays. You gotta get that selfie for the gram, right? The wind down of this issue is really wound down. Peter Parker calls Norman Osborn and checks in with them. Norman is still a bit of a rough dude, but he still seems to be trying to be a good guy now. And this issue ends with 2 pages of Peter Parker and Aunt May bonding to show Peter's humanity and somehow find a way to force Aunt May into the issue. But 2 pages of this? I would have preferred this to be just 1 page and have an extra page of Spider-Man fighting Hobgoblin. But it is what it is. I understand Joe Kelly's desire to make this series balanced, delivering action with Spider-Man while also building out Peter Parker and his character. But we are all greedy, right? We want more action. Next issue, we will see the feature of the Black Cat. And this art is looking to be by Romita Jr., which is not my favorite, but I'm excited to move on to a new storyline. Hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you real soon. Peace.